Hello, and welcome to my podcast, Corrected Perception, where I ask my spirit guides for a new way of looking at things that come up in my life that cause me confusion, any feeling that is a lack of my highest joy. And today I am dealing with just a messy house, and when I try to clean it, it seems like I'm very clumsy, and I drop things, or I try to go too fast, and I knock things over. So it's like I'm making more of a mess than. So I'm going to talk to my spirit guides about what is this about? How can I heal it? How can I have a new perspective on cleaning my house that is more pleasant to take throughout my day? So first I'll begin with sort of praying out loud. So when I pray, I'll just call on the entities that I pray to. I call on my higher self. I call on the archangels Michael, Metatron, Gabriel, Raphael, Ariel, Melchizedek. Okay, so I call on the ancestors and the descendants, my spirit animals, the tiger, the turtle, the badger, the butterfly, and the eagle. Beginning to learn about the four directions and any benevolent and compassionate entities that have guidance for me. And this calling on of the guides is becoming less necessary for me, but I just thought I'd share that. That was my path for a while. So I ask for you guys to help me find clarity in my clutter. And I know part of the message is around the clutter is a symbol that my compartmentalizations prior are disappearing. And so different areas of my life that I've kept separate are now blending, which is a good thing because being whole means that there's no separation. And at first, that can feel very confusing. So there is order to the chaos. And another thing that came to me recently is that the multiplication table, when you look at it, all the numbers don't seem to make sense when you just look at each number. But geometrically, you can trace the multiplication table, the counting by certain numbers, with the geometric shapes of stars. So if you use a multiplication board, I'm not sure what they're called, but it's interesting. I YouTube it. But anyway, it shows that every counting by threes, counting by fours, counting by fives on a board can make the shape of a star or a hexagon or a 10-pointed star. So anyways, all right, that's where we're at. So I'm sure that there's order underneath my chaos, and I ask my guides to speak now. Spot on, Kelly. And once again, thank you for coming to us with your issues. Spot on. There is order underneath the chaos. And also, chaos is about detoxing, which, if you think about it in nature, it's like a volcano erupting. It's like the purging of the biological body of viruses, which it is also bringing out toxins whenever you're dealing with viruses. So there are toxins in your energy system, Kelly, that are causing your clutter, which is related to the belief system that you adopted as you grew up and this is definitely a detoxing period. So as you're going about your daily life as a stay-at-home mom, and you're constantly faced with your internal world, your house is representative of your internal world, and it's just mess after mess after mess. This is representative of your belief system, and it's excellent that it is your daily practice to work on it and to face it. And this is a period, as you know, of conditioning for your future, in which you will need to understand what your priorities are. And so as you're going through your bedroom and you're looking at all of the different areas to begin with your cleaning, and you see dust, and you see clothes that need folding, and you see a messy bed, and you see a floor that needs swept. Well, your mind is going through a process as you look upon those cluttered areas, and it is making decisions as it looks upon that clutter. It's making decisions about what it wants from this world and what's important, and it's making order. It's choosing order. And this is something that you have been in denial of before. You never really paid attention to the meaning of each item in your home and whether or not it is representative of who you are. And this is a challenging exercise for you because it's new, and it wasn't taught to you, and it is still sinking in why it's important. But you see, in the spiritual realm, there is meaning in everything. There is purpose and beauty in every creation. There is no random accidents. There's no accident, and there's nothing that is flagrant. Everything is intentional. Everything is meaningful. Everything is beautiful. So yes, your mind in this incarnation, in this ego of Kelly, is being restructured in this purpose right now in your life that you are facing, that you can't avoid. You look at your house and you don't have another option. You have to face it. And it doesn't feel that pleasant to you because your definitions around things have been wrong. You've created definitions around things about convenience and immediate gratification and just definitions that don't serve your highest purpose. And now you're changing over to a different way of looking at the whole world, a way of being with your environment that that is going to eventually find harmony. And it's a little turbulent because it's a detoxing period. It's a changing over of skins. And so be patient with yourself, breathe, and if nothing else, be grateful that you have the time and the opportunity to really nurture the underneath part of yourself, the layers of skin underneath that have been neglected. And trust us when we say that this is not a waste of your time. This is very important and relevant to your spirit and to the conditioning of your mind. It's cleansing to your spirit so that when you have trained your mind to look upon physical objects as representations of you in a microcosmic way, because this whole universe is a big hologram. And when the child of God chose to separate from God in order to manifest physical, then everything started having its own way of being, and it was cut off, and so chaos was created from that, and lack of meaning was created from that. All things that are not God were created from that, and since we're returning back to God now, it's time to undo all the separateness. It's time to undo all the chaos. It's time to undo it. And what you're learning, you think you're learning to undo things one at a time. How to clean the bathroom, how to clean the kitchen, how to teach the kids how to do chores, how to find routines that function for your family. But it's not really accurate. What's happening is that your mind is learning how to operate on a continual basis with this priority and this intention that everything has purpose. And so really be gentle with yourself and forgive yourself for all of the chaos that you judge so harshly. And know that your kids are watching you as you do this. They know your old way. They're going to watch your process. They're going to learn your new way. And that will serve them in their purpose. They chose to be in this life at this time to witness this. They will understand the before and the after, and they will be able to see that in the world. They will be able to recognize where chaos comes from, what the solution of it is, and what would they prefer. It offers them an opportunity to decide what is in their journey. So understand, mostly, after you close this channeling out, understand that there is meaning in the chaos, and that there is meaning in this process of healing, because again, yes, all of the love that you give to your relationships and your environment and yourself is going to ripple out into creation in ways that you can't know. So know that it's never wasted to put your energy into creating beauty, creating order, shedding love, just shining love on anything that feels disharmonious to you, whether it's a kid crying or a kid sick or a cluttered drawer or crayons on the wall that don't please you. Giving love to anything has a way bigger effect on reality than you can possibly imagine. I feel like that's enough, and I hope that this spoke to anyone. Blessings. Namaste.